Thank you for your support of love and light and your determination to age your soul during this shifting times. Today's topic of discussion, your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator. This topic was inspired by Kathleen Carroll for the purpose of raising your awareness as to the importance of being a conscious creator. In the passion for change, healing happens, which transforms into new levels of understanding. If you will, please, place your hand on your heart. Let's take a deep breath and breathe in the magnificent wisdom filled with light and love of Kahu and Kira. They're present with us today, and allow yourself to remember your Lemurian roots. Take a deep breath and draw into your heart the photon particles of all that is. Let it settle there for a couple of seconds. Feel your heart in a state of beingness. Can you feel its truth, its trust, and its passion, encouraging you to fulfill your destiny as a conscious creator? Now take another deep breath. Take this heart energy enlightened by the photon light and stream it into the left and right hemisphere of your local brain. From there, take this energy into every cell of your body. Feel all 70 trillion plus cells absorb this photon light of rejuvenation. Take another deep breath and return to your center and focus on this event called Cure with the Cure Conscious Creators. I know that your heart and every cell in your body holds memories of your ancient healing abilities that you mastered in Lemuria, and it's time to bring it to the present to heal the self-healing world. In the collective effort to continue this timeless legacy of Kahu and Kira, please shine your light, heart light to the ladies joining me today. To my right here. And Gil is in the back with the camera, behind the camera. They will be sharing their thoughts on this topic. Your thought, your oneness with the Creator. Kahu and Kira lovingly called them the ladies. Not goddesses, the ladies. So, my ladies, please introduce yourself.
Aloha! How's everybody doing today? I'm Aldine Mahinaku, and I wish you love.
Aloha, I'm Karina. I welcome everyone today to our gathering. Thank you for being with us. I'm the Purple Goddess.
Purple Passion. I love to call her Purple Passion Goddess.
And I'm on the other side of her, another green goddess. She's surrounded by
I love
green
it.
goddess.
You should feel what it's like right here, folks.
I'm Susanna, and I'm grateful to be here and be part of this conscious creation. And maybe I envision creative thoughts that goes beyond and expands whatever limits you think you have. We're here to do that.
Yeah.
Again, thank you everyone to be here with us to share our love and light with you. I know maybe you can't hear me, but I'm in the background.
Oh, they can't hear you?
Yeah, I don't have the mic.
She would have to be here.
Oh. Is this supposed to be on
Yeah,
mute?
it's open.
Oh, it's open.
Anyway,
all right.
Thank you.
Okay, she says thank you. One day I will channel her.
You just did.
Thumbs up here.
our topic today again, your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator. I mean, we all have different understanding of today's topic, so, and I'm so glad that they are. Do you feel the passion that's exuding from them because they prepared themselves for this? Amazing, yeah? And Cowboy and Carol, you should be proud. They're taking your wisdom, your legacy to new heights and with that, we're making our lives even more wonderful, right, ladies?
Yes.
Yes.
That we are in control of our life, and amazing. So this topic, your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator, really haunted me all month. And because I think what's different about me is like my energy of wanting to know more. And I think for me it's like, okay, what's past is past, but I know there's more to understand. And so that's why this topic, your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator, really was foremost in my mind. And because I really didn't understand for a while that my Creator, you know, I was brought up Catholic, and then even through the times, the 30 years with Master Carol, I'm thinking, who is my Creator, you know? And I realized something, that my thoughts are creating all the time. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
we're creating that. We're creating our world. So my thoughts is how it's so connected to my Creator, if that makes sense. Well, when I typed this, it made more sense, but now I think about it, it has evolved. I mean, are you guys that way? But one day you think you know, and then it evolves, and you would say, huh?
It's the same, but you changed. You changed. You evolved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and another thing that I question, do my thoughts, conscious or unconscious, random or not, affect my so-called reality? Ponder on that. Now, I know for sure that new thoughts within me challenges my current way of living, and thereby I know new thoughts changes things. That's evolution at work. One thing we have a common understanding is that this life journey is all about growing our love for self, and in that love comes healing and loving each other unconditionally. Wow, that's so cool. When you can love one another unconditionally, don't we also love ourselves unconditionally? Well, that took a while. I'm still working on that one. So today's topic, who would like to read?
Do you want to read?
Nope, I mean, I didn't look at it. So.
She's got it.
Oh,
You want
really?
to, you want to just read the part here, the question and answer.
How did the Lemurians consciously create through thought? Master Kirill. Thought is an accumulation of magnetic vibrating particles of light, and you can shape and reshape each particle of light. Each light that is infused by a thought through the will and the word can become a reality in whichever way you decide it should be. Only when you disallow your power to accumulate the particles do you not see the longevity of the things that you have created. Your failure to accumulate the particles, in fact, shortens and confines your reality. Work with that one, and when you master it, you will have it all. Second question. It sounds as though the Lemurians truly realized their oneness with the Creator. That is very different from how it is now on the earth plane, when we struggle with statements like, I and the Father are one, or we are the Creator's source. Would you comment, Master Kirill? This is a concept many will find irresistible. You have been taught in many circles of religious practice that this type of statement is sacrilegious. This is because it is taught that it's not good for you to perceive that you are limitless. When you are controlled by a force that needs workers more than it needs leaders. Be clear, my friends. None of you should be shouting from the rooftops that you are energy particle of the Creator. If you do, likely you will feel the scourge of the human world. It should be enough to know you are, and in that you will draw to you those with like knowingness. After all, how could you be anything else?
Read that in.
Breathe, take a breath on
Read
that.
that in.
Jesus.
Well, and,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so like you, we are very present today, passionately and consciously doing the healing journey from creating the space of love, from the space of fear back to love, consciously creating in love. This is a process of aging our soul, life, and lifelong nerves. It has been my experience that when I focus on healing you first, magically our world shifts for the better. Love and gratitude for the privilege of your time. Love and gratitude for the new and returning members of Conscious Creators. Love and gratitude to Gail Jan behind the camera, who makes this event possible under the flame. Love and gratitude for your commitment to illuminating your truth, trust, and passion to journey onward during this shifting time. The journey of love is always about healing on all four bodies, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. We do this earth journey to evolve our soul. Excuse me. Let me drink from your cup, coffee. Together we continue our quest as conscious creators to get a deeper understanding of the healing powers of the collective oneness of heart. As we collectively stand in our truth, trust, and passion, we shift our personal world and planet Earth. Since Coffee's physical departure, I've had a deeper understanding of this truth. What you see with your physical eye isn't everything. Don't be blinded by what you can't see. By what you see, what you can see. You have a third eye. Use it well. So thank you for coming today. And your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator. Okay, from this topic, I came to understand why being a conscious creator is so important today. Because of all the chaotic things that's going on. All the shift, the planet Earth is shifting herself with all the earthquakes. And I know some of you there, I'm so sensitive that I feel it all. Yeah? And I think we all do, right? Especially me. And sometimes I think, oh, is it me? No. I think what's the word?
Empathetic.
Empathetic.
Yeah, empath.
Empathic.
Yeah, empath.
Empathic. So sometimes I don't like that, but Master Kira used to tell me that that's an honor.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so when it's happening, I have a hard time with that, and thank God because we have the 5 breath, signature self-healing, the 10 principles that help me get through it. So ladies, what's your thought on today's topic?
About thought.
What's your
thought on
About
thought? For me, I want to share with everyone that actually we are the only beings that can actually respond, choose our response to anything outside of us. We can choose our response. And so to me, that figures in very nicely with our topic today. because by choosing your response, your thought creates your reality.
I heard that before.
Your
By
thought
choosing
just
your
said
response,
your thought creates your reality.
Yes.
So there's and I may have said this before to another conscious creator, so if I did, I'm just gonna say it again. There was a podcast I was listening to, and in the podcast there was someone, a cab driver, who picked up these people from the airport. And he goes to the airport, he picks up one person, and that person says to the cab driver, you know, I've never been here before, and I'm a little bit nervous. I heard the people here are very nice. What do you think? And the cab driver said, the people are very nice. You're going to enjoy your trip. And then he drops the person off, goes back to the airport, pick up more people. So this other person gets in the car, says, I've never been here before, and I heard that the people are not very friendly. And I'm a little bit afraid. And so, what do you think, cab driver? And the cab driver said, that's what you're going to find. You're going to find that the people are not very friendly, and it's going to add to your fear. So maybe you should rethink your trip. What did he do? Actually, those people who got into the cab already had a thought. They already had a feeling. They already chose how they were going to respond to this new situation. They created their reality.
So we are magnets, right? Right.
So
We're attracting.
we're
Yeah.
attracting,
We're
yes.
attracting.
Yes.
So the cab driver actually said, because you got that from my webinar.
Did I? Okay, thank you.
I'm laughing because the cab driver actually said, you're going to find more people like that here.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I laugh.
So
No, but
isn't
you told
that-
it really well.
Oh, okay.
So
It's a
isn't
perfect
that-
example.
I mean, you know, yeah, a perfect example.
Yeah.
So
And we do it all the
we
time.
do it
We do it
unconsciously,
all-
Yep,
right?
unconsciously, but if we can be responsible for our thoughts and look at the positive, or consciously create it, we can have anything, right? It's limitless, as long as we believe that. If we believe we're in limitation, then we're going to experience that
What is
limitation.
it? Okay, you said we believe. What is the difference between you believe and you know?
Belief system is a way of experiencing reality, or what you are projecting out from your beliefs of how the world is. And I think the way we talk about knowing, that's a knowing, a deep love in our hearts that says, you know, in love I know. In love I know. I think it goes beyond belief. It's even deeper than that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I think the belief is based, to me, belief is based on the past, what
Mhm.
you've experienced in the past.
There you go.
The I know is what Master Kirill says. This is my impression,
Right.
my understanding, is the I know is in the actuality of now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I got from, you know.
So in
this-
her example, those people in the cab were drawing from their past, their belief systems. You know, this is how people are. This is how they're going to be. So they just kept creating it all around them.
Right,
It's a
and
great
it's like,
example.
or what people told them, you know.
Mhm.
Some people have not actually experienced all the hardship, but people told them. It's like going to Las Vegas, you know. Master Kirill says, if you really believe you're gonna win, you're gonna win, right?
But what do most people do when they're on the plane? Yeah, I'm going to go donate my paycheck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That's what Master Kirill always used to say. I'm going to Las Vegas to donate my paycheck.
So life is like that, simple, but hey, we were brought up that way, right?
Right.
Okay, thank you for that. Anything else?
I wanted to say that this beautiful chapter that you pulled, thank you for pulling these questions from that particular chapter, 5, my favorite number, called Expand Your DNA, and it's about how the Lemurians taught their children how to grow up using the 10 or how they use 10 principles in their society. As children, that's where it began, and then it wove all the way through adulthood and into society. And so the questions that we have follow on to that whole idea of we're consciously creating and using the 10 principles, and the thoughts that the Lemurians had were woven with the 10 principles. So I just want to thank you for these particular questions, because it sent me back to the chapter, which I recommend everybody read. It's so heartwarming the way it's told.
Yeah, I really recommend that everyone, go through that chapter or the book. It's great.
Yes.
And because we want to control our world. Is that the right word? Control.
Experience or
Experience
love?
our world.
Experience it in love, I
Yes,
guess.
in love. That's the choice.
Manifest the world in love.
Yeah. See these ladies, they're smiling.
We like the topic.
So Sue, what's your impression on this chapter, and how did it change you?
Well, when I read that, I reread the answer Master Kirill said about thought is an accumulation of magnetic vibrating particles of light, and you can shape and reshape each particle of light. And what I thought of is how, because I have a grandson in utero, developing, hearing lots of things, and Gil Chen has one too. And then we both have granddaughters at different ages that are going through life with many belief systems, with many experiences, with many feelings. So this whole idea of thought is that my granddaughter will have an experience and have certain feelings, might be fear. So how her parents or people around her respond to those thoughts and feelings will allow her to reshape her thoughts about them or solidify the initial response. So I'm glad you opened up with that. We're the only beings that can respond to our responses. So my whole thing about as a teacher was, how do I respond to the children's behaviors and their thoughts? And then before we started, I said, wow, how did I reshape children's thoughts all these years? They come in with certain thoughts and they're so excited. And then what did I say or do to them to reshape their thoughts about themselves so that they start having this, I don't know anymore. They go from the I know to I don't know if that's right anymore. And so my whole philosophy for education was to continue to build on their innate spirit, their innate wonder.
I think
Interesting.
Their innate thoughts.
Interesting.
But what you provided is love.
I was just going to say exactly.
Unconditional love to
Yeah.
be what they however they want to present themselves in the moment.
You just loved them.
You just love them. And to me, I think that's how Master Kirill, I would say, brought me up.
Yes.
He never said, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. He said, he always said, something about, does that work for you?
Yeah, right. Tough love in that way.
Come on, Master Kirill.
Well, one thing we could, just what you were saying, Susanna, put my mind into remembering about the blueprint.
Yes.
So each child, or each of us, comes into this lifetime, or any lifetime, with the blueprint, with the plan of what we want to experience. And I'm just going through this with a healee that I have on a regular basis that had a horrendous childhood, a horrendous life, and is really struggling with that whole idea that that was in his blueprint to experience. And where's the love
Yes.
in that? And I could not possibly have done that to myself. But looking at it in the more positive light, the way you nurture someone to understand that there are positive things that come out of everything, even a horrendous lifetime where you might have missed because you were focused on the pain and the heartbreak, that you missed that angel that was over there that helped you through this, or helped you become the person you are now, which is a very loving person.
Right.
So I mean,
So,
what a journey we have. And the Lemurians knew that the 10 principles of consciously creating helped them to do any journey.
yeah, because I think for myself, as far as young people, even my nephews who's a millennials, I mean, I'm not there to say, oh, you should preach to them, you should do this, you should do that. I just love them, and they have to go through their own life experiences to fulfill their destiny.
Yes.
And my job is just to love them. And Kaku used to be that way.
Mhm.
He is still that way. He is still that way.
I keep thinking it's like in simplicity, it's about love, and how do you show love? How do you first think love? As I'm observing an event that I don't agree with, what do I think? And how do I get to the thinking about that event in love? The other one is, what words do I use that would express love? What behaviors would I show that would show this person that I love?
I got the perfect answer. When one is in the actuality of now, you don't have to think, you know, and you will put that into action, right? Am I wrong?
I want to thank you both all for bringing actually this, what I was experiencing with this fellow, this healee, because thinking about it and explaining it and presenting the book, he's got all the books. Finally, I realized he's reflecting my journey, and I couldn't understand it until I felt it. It's not about talking about it. It's not about reasoning, not about thinking. It's about feeling the love. And in signature cell healing, fortunately, he's a healee, right? All my duty is as a healer is to have him channel the love for him to feel.
Yeah.
That's all.
Perfect.
And that's all you really did with the children, whether you know it or not, is you channeled the love to them.
Well, part of it, I spent many years, many thousands of dollars going to workshop to make sure that what I did, say, and thought was going to express love. Because initially, hey, I'm a teacher. I'm here. I love kids. I'm going to do this because I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But over the years, I've learned different ways of expressing that understanding of their development. And by understanding their development, I was able to express more, so-called, I'm going to say more love, because I understood that this behavior was not naughty. This behavior was just misguided behavior based on past learned things. So those are the things that I bring in my educational experience and thoughts, and my psychological, because that and the counseling field, because that's where I spend a lot of my time. And how do I express the love with this child? Is it the same as this child?
I think when
Is it the
one is
same
in
as that
actuality now, and that's when you know, and you're bringing all this information that you've gathered, you weave them together for that one particular child.
I will also guarantee you, and I don't doubt the great development that you had as a teacher and how well you did that. But as you taught and you learned yourself, you were opening more of your love, and they felt more and more of your love for self reflected to them, and they appreciated that more and more. So for me, I mean, this is just my experience, that the more I've tried to reason and logical out the whole thing, it all comes down to the heart and feeling it in my heart and understanding it from my heart, and that's what other people will feel.
That's right. So, Gail, sweetie,
They have
We need to-
a sweetheart relationship.
Yes,
As she makes her way up.
We have a chair for Gail.
there's a camera on you?
I don't know, I'm not sure.
No, it's not. Okay, someone, okay, Gail, your thoughts? Your oneness with the Creator.
The oneness with the Creator. As we were right in the beginning, as you asked that question again in the beginning, and so all of a sudden the black diamond came out, and I went, oh, this is a oneness with the Creator. And anyway, that oneness with the Creator talks about healing. And I could see the black diamond starting to be in the shape of a cell.
Wow.
And so we use this cell with the black diamond. We're encouraging now doctors to look at the cell with their heart.
Wow.
And
Oh, she's consciously creating right here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
so it's, when I had to massage or do healing on Paul the other night, and it was just maybe 5 minutes, and I was putting my hand in there to feel the warmth. And the next day, I said, well, how's your back? He goes, oh. He said, oh, as if he didn't have a pain.
Wow.
And he said, that's how we should start to talk with the children. And it's just touching when you talk about the heart and love. And when you're saying it's the actuality of now. And it's a knowingness that we feel the beauty inside of us. I tell you, Master Kyril's prayer is your answer. Go through it, and a word in that prayer will snap right into place and feel the energy flowing. And you're going to feel that cell talking to you.
Wow.
And feeling that love.
Where did they find the prayer, Gail?
It's the Honolulu Church of Light.com.
So I have a question for you. When you did the healing on Paul in the present, so you thought about, did you bring that thought of black diamond into the cells, or how did you do that?
Sometimes it just appears,
Ah, yeah.
you know, and
So you were in the actuality of now when you were healing.
yes,
Oh, cool.
it's you all with signature cell healing, you will definitely start to feel that vibration, that love, that you, like you say, the love came to your heart, or yours came the other way, and all of that. Just feel it, and honor it, because your love for this, whoever you're healing, children or a good friend or whatever, you're going to get the answer right then and there, just like right now.
So then you're saying when you're doing the healing, you're present with that person, and that person's body will tell you what kind of healing it needs? Is that what you're saying?
I would say so. It'll show up in front of you in color or smell or whatever it is, and it'll show up. So it's like, and then you'll start talking about it later on. That's it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Whew.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Georgia. Well, her talk went right through my body.
That's so
That
beautiful.
was great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator. Now,
She has something.
your oneness, your thoughts, your oneness with the Creator. So how does your thought, what do you call that? How does your thought be part of your Creator? Or all that is? Is it what level of Creator is your thought from? You know what I'm saying?
So how are your thoughts connected to your creator self?
Yes, something like that.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. I wanted to share. Okay, first I have to go find it in here. I wanted to share some information, and I'm looking for here. Master Kirill said, thought is an accumulation of magnetic vibrating particles of light, and you can shape and reshape each particle of light. So if you go back to 1991 and you look into the annals of scientific journals, you'll find that sensory neurites were found 40,000 specialized cells in the human heart. Of course, they were always there, but it took 1991 for somebody to find it. And that you have neurons in your brain and these sensory neurites in your heart, and they think independently. If you harmonize your heart and your brain, then you have the capacity to use your intellect as well as your intuition, and that provides you with a perspective that is different from using them alone. And to me, that's when you become the person you're meant to be,
The conscious creator.
the conscious creator, and you're using the capacity of who you are as a human being to a higher level than you would if you use them independently.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
in Kirill speak, we would be, what you just said, would be opening the 10% to more of the 90% awareness, and thereby expanding your DNA, right?
Yes.
To be in the fullness of who you are.
Yes, perfect. I
That's-
like the
that- I mean, Master
fullness
Kirill, that's just what
of
Master-
who you are.
Right? Because
And
you're
that's what you're doing.
opening into the 90% brain.
The fullness of who you are.
And every single one of us have this capacity. We have the capacity. And there's, if you look at the Institute of Heart Math, thank you people from the Institute of Heart Math, and thank you scientists for finding those 40,000 specialized cells in the heart. There are specific ways or a specific way in order to harmonize your heart and your brain. But, and I say the but with an and, you can do it even without knowing those specific ways to do it, because it just happens.
I do that.
It just happens.
Because you're doing signature cell healing,
It just happens.
or you're consciously creating.
I think the 5 breath does that.
Yes, the 5 breaths.
Because the 5 breath is it you have you you know, the inside of your body is another universe
Right.
that we don't understand. But through the 5 breath, I mean, I know
Yes.
that it changes your matrix of living when you do the 5 breath, because you become, like you said, you harmonize the heart with the brain. And from the prayer of Master Kirill, he says, don't pay attention to the brain, pay attention to your heart. I mean, when I first read that, I go, oh, it's always my brain.
Because that's how we get through the 3rd dimensional world,
Yeah.
right?
So
Makes sense.
I've been aligning my heart with the brain, you know, and so it's working. You know, the brain, the ego resists sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, because it's like a veil. The
Yeah.
ego's like a veil that it depends on if you're doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation. I feel like that veil is expanding. It's expanding out, so you have more freedom within that energy to align your thoughts or to go more into your heart. Right? You feel more empowered.
So then these negative thoughts that we have unconsciously, negative thoughts or the state of depression or things like that, do you think it's habit? It's a habit that we think that way?
You know, it's really interesting. What do you think? Or how do you feel about it?
What is patterns of behaviors, which creates, well, see, I don't know where it starts. It's like a chicken or the egg.
It's a habit,
But
though,
it's
right?
patterns. There's patterns of feelings, patterns of behaviors, patterns of thinking.
Because you're not in
It's-
actuality now.
You're
Well,
drawing
part-
from the past,
because-
right?
See, I keep thinking, I've been thinking about this actuality now and what it actually means to me and to children. And how do I, because they're in the actuality of now.
Yeah.
They come into the earth in the actuality of now. But their actuality of nows gets shaped and shifted
So how
by
is it
their
for you?
experience. So thinking about my own self, and I was told, you think too much, you don't know what you're talking about. There you go, changing your mind again. You know, and then I grew up thinking that I needed to be sure before I said anything, that changing my mind was not okay. But here it's like, I can reshape my thoughts by changing the feeling and my behavior and my thinking about my original thoughts. So what you said about, we're the only one that can respond. I have an event, I respond one way. I don't like that response. I can respond in a different way, like the cab driver. So this is a different way of explaining. I mean, I'm glad you put it that way, because it's relearning or unlearning my own patterns based on my childhood and what I heard over and over again.
I like the cab driver's story because the cab driver,
Yeah.
it was not the cab driver's, the cab driver knew that he was not there to change their mind, their thought pattern,
Yeah.
right?
And he knew that they were, by their thoughts, they were attracting more of the same,
Right.
right?
So, but it wasn't his responsibility.
No, but he had noticed that
Yeah.
whenever there's somebody in the back that says this or that, they're going to have that experience.
Right, so, isn't that interesting?
You know, what you said was so interesting, Susanna, because all of those things, like, you know, it just reminded me of this fellow that I've been healing with, and he kept saying, well, my brothers picked on me and they told me I was stupid, and the guy is really smart. I was stupid. The father said you're not wanted. You know, all of these things, and everything that he said was from the past. The guy's in his 70s. Holy smoke, everybody's dead. All his father's dead, his brothers are dead, but he's still keeping that alive in his thoughts. It's like it was yesterday or it's today. So he's not in the actuality of now, where he's married to a very nice lady. He's got a very nice daughter. He's got a wonderful life, but all he can do is pull from the past and the reason I feel, one of the reasons he does it is because it creates more sympathy for himself. He feels sorry for himself. And when I said, hey, you can let that go at any time because that doesn't exist anymore. The past only exists in the way you remember it. Everybody else is going to remember it a different way.
Right.
It's your memory, and that's how you change it, how you think about it, right? But he said, but if he did that, then he wouldn't have any reason to feel sorry for himself and be in that state and move forward from the actuality of now.
How does your client, what does your client think about God or Creator?
That's an interesting thing because we had that conversation. And he has been with a spiritual advisor for 30 years.
Oh.
And it's an advisor that's kind of on the mental plane of, think of it this way. Or let's say he experiences that. Maybe that guy seems pretty up and up. But that is one thing he cannot get. That this last statement here, I and the Creator are one, this question here. Because he can't feel that love of Creator within, and that's my goal in the healings, is that he could feel that love that is all around him.
So what does that mean? I am the, what was it?
Well,
The
yeah, that's just one way
Creator-
of saying it.
What,
But
is that you, so how did your...
I wouldn't say it that way.
Ultimate, I love that.
Yeah,
That
I would
am
say
one with the Creator. My thoughts are one with
yes,
the Creator.
yes. I'm the conscious Creator.
Right.
I'm a part of the Creator force. Right? That's how I would, for me, that's how I feel about it. I'm the Creator force.
Because when I remember when Kahu, I was in a workshop, we were workshopping with Kahu, and he, at the time, the safe space. And there was a room there that I would bring, that you could use however you want. And I wanted a new car at that point. So I sat, that room was like a theater. So I brought those golden particles together and to form a new car on stage.
Wow.
Wow.
And that car came true,
Yay.
You are always really good at that.
right?
Always.
Amazing,
Yes.
yeah?
When you put your focus on something
Yeah.
like that.
So was that activity from my mental body or where? Or my heart? Or my emotion?
Well, I think that you became the best you could be. You pulled all of those abilities that you had together, and then ta-da, manifested your car.
I would say you wove the 5 senses to the 6th, and you manifested it the way that happens in the 10 principles of consciously creating. You used all the 9 principles to masterminding, and you created, your mastermind manifested. Your mastermind with your guides or whoever else was there to create that. It works.
It works.
Yes.
So why don't we do it all the time?
Because we're afraid.
Because we're dealing with patterns of behaviors, thoughts, and feelings.
We're afraid of our own power. And we're afraid of that statement that I am the Creator. If I'm the Creator, I created everything. I created my spouse. I created the car I'm driving. I created my house. I created all of these people around me. I have to, in a way, take responsibility for that. You could say responsible, but you could also say I have the ability to respond. That's powerful. It's very empowering.
It is.
Yeah.
So I think, that's why I asked about, is a state of depression a habit?
I wanted to just interject a little bit of how your body works. So
Which body?
your
The
physical
physical
body,
body.
how your physical body works. And one of the things that Susanna mentioned was that there are patterns of behavior. And know when we behave in a certain way, there are chemical responses within our body. And the chemical responses actually can affect our mood, because your body is taking in all this different information and responding to the information in a chemical fashion. So that's very different than just seeing, oh, the person does this. It's a chemical reaction.
Yes, chemical reaction based on your thought pattern.
Patterns of behavior, but it's still, and I don't know that many people know that. I think people just say,
But it happens.
They give them different kinds of medication to adjust this and adjust that. But part of what I wanted to tie in from harmonizing your heart and your brain is there are 3 different steps. So the first step is to bring attention to your heart. So you can just touch your heart, okay? The second step is to breathe, and that's what's so wonderful. We do a lot of breathing in signature cell healing. We do a lot of breathing in the 5 breaths. Breathing is very important. The one aspect that is a little different is that you exhale longer than you inhale. And what that does is brings you a sense of being safe. But I propose that when you're doing signature cell and when you're doing the 5 breath, you feel safe. But anyway, this breathing pattern is helps people get into that feeling of safety. The third thing you want to do is you want to feel gratitude. You want to feel compassion. You want to feel whatever it is that makes you smile. Kittens playing, your dog's playing with a toy. That feeling puts you in a 0.1 hertz, puts you in this particular level. And it's that feeling that you can actually harmonize your heart and your brain, and then you get the actuality of now, and you can respond in your full self.
And you'll attract to you more of the same, right? Because that's what you're emanating out
Right.
when you're in that space,
Absolutely.
right?
So that was my little
Feeling.
Isn't that there's a song?
So the feeling, that feeling is very important.
Absolutely.
It is critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that changes the chemistry.
Chemistry in your body.
And it brings you out of the 10% brain down into your heart,
Yeah.
right? Where you feel
But
the love.
it still respects your intellect. That harmonizing your heart and your brain still respects your intellect, because all of it is fabulous.
Sure, because it's part of your wholeness.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's what you
Exactly.
say. You're being part. You're being your true self.
Right.
Exactly.
So I want to ask you, when you manifested that car, how did it feel?
I was surprised.
And
And I was shocked. Oh, I can do that. But you know what? It doesn't. It's like it doesn't manifest right in front of your eyes. It's like you put it out there. You put any goals you want
Right.
with that feeling, with the emotions,
Mhm.
with the love,
Mhm.
and then you're walking down the path, and it shows up. And that's how one manifests.
I would draw from what Master Carol and Master Kahu have told us, that when you have that feeling, the guides and the angels are so clear on what you want
Yeah.
that they can light your path so you walk right to it.
And I have a little anecdotal thing.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my anecdotal thing. When you're trying to manifest something, you have to be in a state where everything is lighting up and is aligned. So that'd be like you're on the 5th floor of this building.
Yay, fifth.
You're on the 5th floor because it's a love floor, but you're on the 5th floor of the building, and I am going to manifest, and everything is aligned. It's really good. But then, if you start to doubt, you got back in the elevator, you went to the 3rd floor. So here's the universe coming to the 5th floor saying, oh, here it is. Oh, they're not there. You went down to the 3rd floor, and that's why people think that they can't manifest. It's just that they went to a different floor.
They had to go back to truth, trust, and passion.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. But were they ready?
There you
to
go.
receive
That's
that?
the other thing.
Were they ready to receive that?
Right.
Yeah, did they, yes, you want certain things in life, and then and were they ready? Even if your guides and angels, light the path, put the crumbs so to follow, like in, never mind.
Yes. I know.
So
So it's about the journey.
the journey, and were you ready? Was I ready then
Yeah.
to receive
And
it?
in something there anyway for you to learn, or for us to learn from, in that I went to the 3rd floor. I learned from that now.
Yes.
And I realize if I can see it in the actuality of now, I understand, oh, I wasn't ready. I'm ready now, and I'm going to do it differently the next
Yeah.
time.
And I would propose that's your trust. It's your trust understanding that would be whether or not you're ready.
Okay, where does passion comes in then?
I think it's actually a culmination of all three when you're on the 5th floor and they're giving it to the 5th floor. I think there are some times where there are small differences when you're doing your truth, trust, and passion. And it's letting go of the outcome. And letting go of the outcome is a difficult thing. So that's where I think
That's very good point.
your kind of your passion is there, but maybe it's there, but maybe it's
Okay,
there.
I really got a good example. So last time, you brought, the last Conscious Creator, who was it? You brought a drink that I said, oh, that looks good. And I could feel that it was going to be delicious, right? And I told myself, okay, I'm going to go to Starbucks. We go to Starbucks
Yes.
one day, and I'm going to have that drink. And life got in the way, and then all of a sudden today, ta-da!
We all got it.
You all got it. So
Thank you.
did my passion to have that drink, my universe brought it to me through Aldi. I said, that's how it works.
But look at the beauty of it, that we all got
Yes.
that what you wanted, and I'm grateful.
Yes.
I think it's great.
Like, yeah,
And it's yummy.
it's yummy. It's a drink. What do you call that drink?
It's one of their mango dragon fruit
Yes.
refreshers.
I mean, the color, when she brought it in last month, the color was I was so passionate about the color, and I saw the passion in her eyes. I felt the passion
Yes.
that she was giving out when she was drinking. So I said to myself, I want one of those.
Well, you even said it out loud.
Yeah.
I remembered. So I said, Hattie wanted to have that drink, and I'm going to go there right now. I'm going to
Thank
text her
you. So-
and see if she
Okay,
wanted
so
it.
is that magic? No, it's magical.
Magical.
But see, that's the thing. I mean, when you really know the process of manifestation,
Yes.
nothing is really magical. But you call it magic.
And nothing's out of reach.
Out of reach. So
You can have it
amazing,
all.
yeah?
You can even have the drink. Whatever you want.
It can be as simple as that. But now, can I make it? Can you apply that same principle to bigger things?
Yes. Look at the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want?
No, I say yes, you can.
Yes. So even as far as health-wise, if
Yes.
you really want to be healthy. Of course, there's you have to do certain things in the physical world as well, right?
I think you just follow the guidance, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's where the thought comes in. My initial thought about this topic was, you mentioned it before, and Master Krill and Kahu has said it numerous times, begins with a question.
Yes.
So that, I'm thinking thought is this. Question is not thought. But then today I realized,
Well, isn't
question
it?
is thought.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so it comes with that. And my story about this, and going up to third floor, fourth, fifth floor,
Just-
is when Royce was younger and we were looking for a school that would nurture his 4 bodies, I found one. And I wanted to work there. But then I said, oh no, I don't fit that mold of the teachers there. But I want my son to go there. And then I saw how much it costs and where, the driving, all the logistics and the financial things did not come into play. So then I go, oh well, I'll find alternatives. And lo and behold, when my son had a question, Mom, I wonder if I can have a job that I can work with older children, not just 2 or 3 years old. I said, are you ready for a change? He said, yes. And he said that very definitely. I'm ready for a change. And then I started having these thoughts. Oh, he can work at that school. And lo and behold, he told me, Mom, I got a job at that school.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
So that thought,
We shouldn't be saying wow, baby.
Yeah.
no, well,
Yeah,
she
because-
said part
we
of
should
it
say
is,
that's the way Royce attracted those.
And he
but then
did it
was
too.
The,
when
it
he
was the floor going to, I wanted it to be on the 5th floor when he was young. But then I went down to the 3rd floor thinking we couldn't afford it and it wasn't going to work out and things. And then I've learned all these different things, and lo and behold, I'm back at the 5th floor,
Okay, I
and
got
he's
another
there.
thing to, I
Well,
got another thing
yeah.
to add to that. It was in his blueprint.
Yeah, sure,
Right.
absolutely. And it's just walking, opening to it. I also
Right.
wanted to say Royce has always done that. In fact, to get into that school, we know it's one, even to go there as a student when he was younger, that was totally out of the question, but he manifested that because he wanted it. And I think that was in his blueprint too, in all of your blueprints, so that you could see that those limitations, that is a this kind of school or a that kind of school, and we are these kind of people, so we don't go to that kind of school.
Right.
It's just
It-
shibai, right? It's just crazy, because that's what we use to keep us in a certain space. And Royce is so far beyond that he didn't even think about that.
So ladies, we're changing the matrix of this world.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd dimension. We're having new thoughts, and we're understanding that our oneness with the Creator, even more so. And so that goes out into the ethers, so to speak, and it changes the way. Oh, aren't you proud of yourself?
Proud of you for bringing this topic.
Amazing, Sue, you are there, my God. You're a magical being, like Master Carol used to say all the time. You can have it all.
You can
But
have it all.
you know what? We put limits onto ourselves, even the health part. Because, it's happening to me all the time these days. Yes. And now, so now I'm thinking, why not big stuff? I had to release my BMW, right? Because I can't afford it without being earnings. So I bought a Toyota and then the Toyota thinks it's a BMW.
Wonderful.
I love that.
Oh, what a feeling.
Yeah, and you know what? You know why? Because I have the visor, the sun visor, is BMW. So it's a BMW. So
Perfect.
everybody thinks
It's a
nobody
BMW.
looks at the Toyota label.
Yeah.
So, but you know when I drive it, it sounds like a BMW by the previous BMW. That's, to me, that's amazing. You know.
Mhm.
When
So
I
you still
drive it,
have that
I feel like
experience.
yeah. So that's a kind of we're living an illusion based on our thoughts anyway.
Yes.
So why not?
Yes.
I want to go back to what you said. Come on, ladies, let's do the big things now.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, it's in my own meditations. If I'm having trouble because I want X, Y, Z, big things, but it's not happening in the time frame that I want. So I'm taking a step back and say, okay, what are the little things that I'm creating that would lead me to the bigger
Big
thing?
thing. I like that.
It's your practice of worthiness with the little things
Because it's kind of like,
of receiving.
Or that's a mastermind, right? That what you're going for. So maybe walk through the other 9 principles.
and it was kind of like, because I'm driving here, I go, Peter, Kahu, Master Kirill, what am I missing? What step am I missing? You know? And then here we are, we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
So but it's also, but like home repairs, there were all these little steps
Right.
that led me to a new roof, new ceilings, and, you know, all these different things. And I was going, oh, I missed it. Because I was so focused on, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to.
Uh-huh.
But in the process, what did I learn? And those were the things of the creation. What did I learn about myself to get the big thing?
But you did get the big thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that
did.
for me, that was an amazing journey to watch that happen because that was incredible. Everything that you did on your own to renovate your house, basically.
It didn't feel that way at the moment.
I was watching it. I was going, yeah. I mean, I turned that over to my husband. Give that to Danny. You did it yourself.
Isn't
I mean,
But the
Isn't
whole
it
idea
awesome?
is take note of what the little things that you are creating.
Yes, you do take notes. But I think, you know when people say, oh, listen to your heart knows.
mhm.
And we used to say, oh, it's not the heart, you go to the brain, your brain knows. But you know what, I really understand now that I think, I don't think, I know our hearts knows our plan. And all the things that we wish, that we desire in life, whether it's in the moment or are far ahead in the future, I think it's already set. And like I said, all we have to do, that's why I like, write it down, your wishes, your desires, you know, and then you do the journey and then you'll meet up with it.
Yes.
Because it's part of the plan.
And it could be even better than what you imagined.
Absolutely. And the better with the fruit drink, my better was Mahina Ku brought everybody the fruit drink.
Yeah, that was better for us, that's for sure.
So those are the little things.
Actually, for me, when I live my life, I don't live my life on the big things. I live my life on the little things.
I put
And
that on
the
the
and
pizza
the
one.
and the fruit thing. Okay, so this is what happened. I had this tray with the 4, and then I had to hold the one, and then I had my purse over here, and I just took a deep breath, and then somebody came to the door, and he opened the door for me, and he said, "Oh, let me help you with that." Did I ask for that? Maybe I did, but no. And I just said, "Bless you," and I left, and I was very happy because I could go to my car without spilling any of the drinks,
Wow.
and I could
Nice.
put it in my car and get it safely here.
Nice.
That is the journey of a goddess.
And that's a beautiful thing because you're focused, like you were saying, on the positive, and you're going to create more and more
Right.
as you go along.
And your angels saw it.
And
Yeah.
special blessings
Did-
to my friend who opened the door.
And then again, was that an angel? in a human form.
Yeah, absolutely.
And disappeared after that.
Yeah.
No, he remained, but
He got his
Yes.
wings. He's out of here.
yes, his angelness was
Yeah.
present. Absolutely.
See, that's the magic of what we do, right?
Yeah.
Your magic of the magic of
Yeah.
your thought process.
And
So-
recognizing, magic in the actuality of now,
Yes.
right?
Right.
It amazes me because I have this one story about this little boy, and people would get frustrated. There he goes again. He's telling story. He's always changing his mind. But one day I just listened to him. He started with one point of view, and he just talked. Seemed like he was going around in circles
Is there
and
anybody
things.
in
And then
there?
all of a sudden he went, "I know, Auntie
Nobody?
Sue. I got the answer."
Huh?
Wow.
So that is an example of flowing with
Do
your
they
thoughts.
have any thoughts?
Feeling okay with your thoughts, and then getting the answer. And I didn't have to say anything to him.
Allowing
How
him
often?
to go
Right.
through his
Yeah.
process.
Right.
Yeah.
So that
Cool.
was his creator, his intuitive self, his heart knowing, his resonance.
And not making him wrong.
Yeah,
Right?
because he had a mother that was
Can we do that to adults?
Cool.
oh,
Yeah, because that was an interesting thing I talked to this fellow about today was where you are right now in the moment is just perfect. It's perfect. And he looked at me like, how can you say that? I don't have any respect for myself. I have no self-love. I feel awful. And I said, but it has to be perfect because you're part of the creator. You're the creator's incarnate. And you have the ability to choose and make it
You know,
different.
I've been there,
Yeah.
but you know what? I have so much love for the guy because I know if he keeps doing this journey of healing with you, he will get to where I am today.
Yeah.
So he'll be having to form his thoughts from love.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Somebody has a thought.
Oh, somebody has a thought?
Yes.
Okay.
yay!
So-
Thank you.
So that, isn't that wonderful? Is this hour and a half changing your lives?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Tanya.
Tanya.
Yes.
Hi.
Everything is great.
Tanya.
The topic of today's discussion is very interesting. I relate my thoughts with Susan, maybe because we both are teachers.
Yay, teachers.
Yay, teachers.
Yeah. So this is my questions to some people. Do any of you have a thought with today's program?
Do any of you have a
Oh, so you
Yes.
posed that question and
So
Tanya answered.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanya.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Great feedback.
Thank you.
Well, my mastermind last night in sleep state is we were going to make a difference to a heart.
One heart at a time.
My heart.
But then I made a difference in my own heart.
Yes.
Thank you.
How
That's
perfect
good.
is that?
Patty, I want to comment on what you said earlier. It's like when you're in the actuality of now, and this was the answer that I've been thinking about, allowing my thoughts to flow from, no, I disagree to, yeah, there's some truth to it. And you said, your heart knows. So my life experience has led me to do and choose different things. And so in my actuality of now as a 70-year-old, as a 70-year-old is in my actuality of now, I'm pulling from what is necessary for the moment. And that's where I go. And, our mission is to heal the self and heal the world.
Yes.
So as I have an awareness in myself, I meet somebody that says, I've been dealing with this and, I had this thought. And it was the same thought I had
Wow.
as I came to the realization and awareness of this actuality of now. So that's why I talked about you. Like, how does our soul speak and our working with aspects work? And that's an example of soul speak working with aspects and working with healing the self to heal the world. Wow.
Well, here in our journey of healing ourselves, we are healing the world.
Yes.
You know, that's the motto of kind of the Church of Light. I think that the term, Master Carol's term, actuality of now, changes all the time for me. The definition changes always. But because when it first caught my eye, and I said to myself, I want to know this. But the knowingness of what it means evolves. As you evolve, you evolve. So what your definition of actuality of now today, tomorrow will change.
And for me, it has a different feeling.
Yes, feeling it right.
The first time I noticed that, and I've read that prayer for years, I didn't actually notice the actuality of it, you know. But now when I go back to it, it feels different. And when I'm in it, I know, okay, this is my actuality of now. How does that feel? And it's always changing.
Here's another paragraph that I think it really emphasizes our topic today. Master Carol says, it's the second to the last paragraph. He says, I pray that you hear this. Carol says, for your guidance I offer you the light of truth, trust, and passion. Know that you have come here to hear these words. I present to you your future as it is in the today. 100% of all that you ever wanted, 100% of what you ever thought is now yours. For you are committed to 100% each day. And I'm saying to myself before, I said, I'm not really 100%, but as I keep reading this, we are at 100%.
Yes, we are.
Because our thoughts
Every
create
day.
everything. So I started to laugh out loud. I said, you mean I created this mystery? This illusion of mystery? And it's 100%?
Yes.
You cannot get away with that. My goodness.
Yeah, and I mean, the more you read it, the more you understand the depth of that
The depth of
statement.
you are a creator.
Yeah, 100% of the time.
100%.
Oh,
you,
boy.
You gotta go to bed and say, thank you for my 100%, whether it's whatever or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and if you want to change it, you can.
That's the truth of the matter is, like, my God, when I learned that, I laughed, and then I started to get serious with myself.
Just one other thing before you go. There used to be a sign on the back door of the church when we had the big church. And on the sign, all the staff used that back door. And every time that we went home at night, we went through the back door, and on the back door was a little sign from Master Guide Kiro that he told us to put on that door. And it said, I did everything I came to do today. I feel 100%.
That's another way to put it, yeah?
And every time I opened that door, I had to think about that. 100%, 100%, I feel 100%. And I had a choice right there, whether I was going to say, no, I don't feel 100%, or if I'd said I feel 100%, that meant I could come back the next day and try again.
So, yeah. When I first understood that from the level of like, wow, I created the crap in my life, it's 100%. I owned it, you know? I said, then I started to change. That's the truth.
If you go with the to-do list, then I would always go, I wasn't 100%. But if I went with, I did the best I could with the things I did, then I'm 100%. It took me a while.
Oh, well, that statement from Master Carol, you don't get any caveats on that
Yeah,
one.
right.
We got to look at it and own it.
It was in, I don't remember which recording, but he said that, you can't go back and change things.
That's right.
And just go to bed every night and say, I did the best I could today.
Wow. How empowering is that?
It was,
Yeah.
because I did the guilt, just kind of,
That's kind of, you know, Yeah, you're right. To ease into taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Full responsibility of every day taking 100%. Yeah, you created. You are the creator
I like-
based on your thought.
I like that crap thing. Though. All that crap in my life.
We learn from it, right? Anyway, ladies, it was wonderful today. And what's coming up? Let's see. It's so funny. It's so fun because I think since Kahu left the earth plane, he's so totally here for me. You know, sometimes he's so totally. I think he's in another room. I would go to that room, to his office at home, thinking he would be there. But then I'm still surprised that he's not there in the physical world.
Mhm.
So, but it's wonderful. So if you know Master Carol and you know Kahu while they were here, present, call on them, and they will respond. You might not like it, but but that's the way they were with me while they were still here. So because they would say, hey, this is a great shift, we're running out of time, blah, 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 we gotta get to it. So let's face the great shift together. And what a wonderful, I have a wonderful community here of ladies who's doing the journey as well to truly understand the actuality of now, and to really understand that 100% every day is my responsibility. I created that. And so it's wonderful. So I hope we made a difference in your life today. So keep at it. You're not going to get it all in one time. You're not going to wake up and say, hey, yes, I'm changed. It's transformation. Transformation comes, how would you say?
In steps.
In steps,
One step
day
at a
at a time. So come be with us, because we're in that. We're traveling together, moving forward in the actuality of now. Paul, yes.
Can I share my thoughts?
Yes! Oh, how wonderful. There's a chair.
Yay!
For Paul.
Guest appearance.
I have two thoughts. The first thought is, I have to get this off my chest, is I thought pretty cat.
I taught a footy tap.
The other thought is, yesterday when I went to work at the principal apartment, and flew into the garage, and the president manager was there. And first thing she said to me, "Oh, you know anyone that has a exercise bike for my husband because he needs to strengthen his leg?" I said, "Boom, I know exactly who to call. It's Patty."
Wow.
So I called Patty and I asked if she'd be willing to let go exercise bike. So I said, how much you want to sell it for? And she said, free. That's what you call a goddess. You give, tenfold come back, right? So I went to go pick up the resident manager and came to the guy's house, picked up the
Exercise
exercise bike, and then the first thing came to my mind was, oh, I know you're there with that person. His name is Frank.
Huh?
Frank Martin. He had a liver transplant because he was an excessive drinker. When I first saw him, I thought he wasn't going to make it. He was so loaded.
So Paul, can I ask you a question? What was the other side of that? You found something that your tenant wanted, but on the other side, I know that Patty wanted something in that equation as well.
Right.
What was it?
Right. Well, it was, like, my question was before that, well, what am I going to do with this bike?
That's what I call goddess balance right there.
So that's
We put in on a lot of money with all
Nice.
Yeah.
and thank you, Patty.
So
Thank you.
So we are
Great cheer.
We are connected. We
Oh,
are
yeah.
always connected.
Yep.
So, so we have to end this now. So it's, my gosh, what an interesting world, right?
Yes.
So we have the books here that you can read on and make your life even more magical. So for remember that. Oh, what's coming up next?
Yes.
Is this Sunday's healing service at the Honolulu Church of Light, and our healing topic will be the journey from fear to love takes courage. It takes courage. Heart courage. We know that we've been there, right, ladies? And so we want to share with you the healings. It became, it was Kahu and Kiro's message, this from fear to love. Then we did the journey to know it from the I know, and now it is a we know, collective we know, and that's what we offer on Sunday service. That we come together as a community, sharing what we know, sharing the healing that says, hey, you can heal whatever. You can consciously create your life from your thoughts in love.
Nice.
Awesome. Any last thoughts, you guys, before we say goodbye?
Thank you for joining us.
So join us October 1st, and then October 15th is the long distance healing. October 25th is the next conscious creator is to be determined, because I have not yet received a download.
Download on the way.
Download.
Stay on the 5th floor.
So any last short.
I'd like to
Sure.
invite you all to create your own group of goddesses, male and female, to continue the discussion, be it 1 or 2 or 3 people, and take this discussion to a more expansive awareness.
Okay.
I'd like to invite you to explore the great volumes of wisdom from Kahu Fred Sterling and Master Guide Kuro. There's a great idea to have a group doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation and joining us here regularly, because we're all consciously creating and doing the journey of love with you. Mahalo.
Aldi.
For me, I would like to congratulate all of you for taking that journey and walking the spiral up and going ahead and aging your soul. Good job.
Yeah. Last word in testament
That's-
for the show.
For this show, just be yourself, because it's always heal yourself, heal the world.
Awesome.
Nice. Thank
So
you.
I would remind everybody that next month, October, is God Creator Month energy.
Yes.
So utilize the energy of your God Creator to reconnect with your Creator within you and be in the actuality of now. And if you don't really understand what that means, try to. And if you think you know it all,
Keep going.
keep going. You'll be surprised. So to consciously create your life from the actuality of now, to new thoughts to realize your dreams and desires. Thank you so much for being with us. Let's see, love makes us peaceful and prosperous. Imagine a beautiful world. We imagine a beautiful world for ourselves and for you, like the taxi driver. Can you guys imagine a beautiful world for us as well?
Yes.
Imagine a beautiful life for yourself, your family, and your friends. We wish for you many opportunities to say Amazing Grace during this great shift in consciousness. Kahu Fred Sterling loved each day for the enlightenment they received. We wish that for you as well. Love each day for the enlightenment that you receive. From the mountaintops of Keep ancient Lemuria, aloha, and mahalo for the privilege of your time here on earth. We are complete and we're ready to begin. Imagine a beautiful life during this great shift in consciousness. And we wish that for you as well. Thank you.
Aloha.
Wow. Feel
Wow, great example of thought creation.
Absolutely.
Carol here. See-